Greetings. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here for another episode of FaB GaB, which we talk mostly about Beatles, I guess, but we're going to be ranking a lot of solo albums as we go along here.
Yeah.
And I'm joined here by my friend and co host Matthew Street, who has the Matthew Street YouTube channel. Hey, Matt.
Hey, Joe. Nice to be back again. It's only been a week since our last episode.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. And what an episode that was. I really
Oh,
enjoyed the
epic,
last one.
epic.
Yeah. We had a lot of guests here. We had 9 people in total, including us, 7 guests. And yeah, we're gonna have a bunch of shows like that, I think. And I think the next one that's coming up is going to be sort of like that. The next one we do.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah.
So we'll talk a little bit about that probably at the end of the show. Well, they say better late than never with some
Mm,
things, and that certainly applies to today with the show we're doing for Paul and Linda McCartney, which is Paul and Linda McCartney's Ram. You know,
yeah.
because it was released in
What was
May.
it? May of
Right.
70. Yeah.
Yeah, May of '71, and we're about 5 months late. But I wanted to make sure we got this in before 2021
Right.
was
We're
over.
still in the 50th year, so
We're
that's
still in
good.
the 50th anniversary. Yeah, it's funny. When you think this is Paul and Linda McCartney, it's not Wings, right?
Right.
Yet I always
It's
remember
it's the only one titled to Paul and Linda, correct? I believe.
Paul and
Yeah.
Linda McCartney, right?
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's the only one. Yeah, and I know that Paul, when he did, well, I was so happy to hear him do it. When he did Too Many People on tour the first time, I think 2005.
'05 tour was the first time. You're right.
Right.
Yep. Hmm.
And he said, "Here's one for the Wings fans."
Yeah, I always
Yeah.
laughed at that.
Well, that's all
but
right.
it was cool. It was
Yeah,
cool.
just say, "Hey, look, you could call it whatever you want. Call it here's one from Badfinger. I don't care
Right,
as
right.
long as you do it. That's
Yeah,
great."
that was definitely a nugget at the time. I remember that was a huge thing.
Yep. So let's start off by just general feelings, like what we think. What about this particular album in general? What do you think, Matt? How do you feel about Ram?
Well, anyway, I've been on the YouTube channel here now a little over 4.5 years now, and I think twice I've ranked Paul's albums, and this one has always been in my top two. If not number one, it's always been like number two. So I'm unabashed fan of the Ram album. Anyone who's watches my channel knows that it's one of my favorites of all time. So um, we've always talked about doing solo albums, like ranking will get easier after we're done with the Beatles, but this is one of those solo albums that's going to be tough for me because it's one of my favorite Paul related albums, solo albums, and it's just always been a favorite. I've just always loved it. It's folksy. I try to come up with these terms for it, why I love it so much. It's a folksy kind of album, a rootsy, bluesy rock album. It's so diverse, and it's just got great vocals on it. Well, I'm sure we'll talk about that, so I won't give away the story yet, but love the vocals, especially Paul's on this album. And I know you're going to say this too, I love Linda's vocals on this album. I think she brings something very strong to this album with her background vocals.
Yes, I'm a big supporter and fan of Linda's background vocals, harmonies, the way she fit into Wings when Wings was, formed. I
Right.
think she was an integral part of Wings. Very important. So I'm going to be praising a lot of her
Right.
vocals on here, with one exception, and I think that may give a little bit away, but possibly as we go on. So that'll be interesting. As far as my feelings on
Yeah.
Ram, these days, it's always at top of my list. My personal favorite of Paul's albums. It always goes to number one. I mean, I have like 3 albums that could go in that spot, but lately, I Ram, it's made a big turnaround, comeback of sorts, in the sense that a lot of people had looked down on it for a long time, but not so anymore. I mean, it's totally
I
been revised.
I never understood, because from when I was a little kid and hearing the big single off this album, which we're going to get to, which is Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey, and loving that song as a young boy when it first came out in the early 70s, I never understood the criticism of this album. Maybe we'll discuss that a little bit as we go along, but I can't understand. Didn't this album get slammed
Yeah,
big time
yeah.
back in the day? I was a little too young to read critics' reviews and
Oh
stuff.
well, I don't remember. I was too young as well.
Yeah. But
Although I do
looking at
remember
reading
Uncle
history
Albert.
on it now, it was an album that was criticized a lot, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, it was criticized a lot. I don't remember it firsthand. I didn't come into it
Right, right,
really heavy till I was older. But although I do remember Uncle Albert as a hit single, well, I have good memories of that as a
right,
hit.
right.
But yes, there were a few theories for that. Some people say people were mad at Paul because they figured that Paul was the one that kind of like more or less put out that statement about the
Oh, about the
Beatles
Beatles break. Yeah,
breaking up, so
yeah.
that maybe
Because
people, like magazine, Rolling Stone or something,
yeah,
maybe was
because
not happy.
to me, it can't have anything to do with the music. Because I think the music on this album is absolutely
Yeah,
stunning.
I
It's
don't know if this
fabulous.
is official, Matt, or not, but there's always talk that Ringo had said there was not one good track on it. I've heard that somewhere.
I've never seen that officially either.
I don't
Yeah,
know if that's official, but that's what I always hear. That he doesn't know what's up with Paul or what's
yeah.
wrong or something
Well, I just
like
remember
that.
he always took criticism, like because Abbey Road and had such majesty to it when that was released, and then when the Beatles broke up and he put out the McCartney album, which was so just Paul and stripped so far back from
Mhm.
what the Beatles are doing, that I could see that album took some criticism initially. But with Ram, I think he was bringing it up to a whole new level, kind of like what John did with the rawness of Plastic Ono Band, but then he added more production for his second solo album, Imagine. I think Paul was kind of doing the same thing here. He was adding more instrumentation here. There's other musicians on this album, and I think it was a step in the right direction. You know.
I always wonder if, yeah, again, as I say so often, in the beginning days of the solo careers with the McCartney album, and then this one, and certainly Wildlife, that people were thinking they were expecting the Let It Be Paul, they were expecting Longer Winding Road, they were
Hmm.
expecting that kind of stuff, and they're like, what happened? What is this tinkering around? Especially with the first
The first,
self-titled
yeah, right,
album, you
yeah.
know. That's my only guess,
Yeah,
on the
yeah, no,
side.
I could be right. I just always felt as a fan, like, wow, this was definitely not as raw as McCartney. This is definitely a step with more production and more, more of everything, more vocalizations and instrumentation and musicians helping. I just felt it was a more positive album. Although I love both for different
Yeah,
reasons.
and now people have, of course, I'm biased because I like the album, so I'll say people, a lot of them have come to their senses, so to
Hmm,
speak. But
exactly.
there are still people who don't like it too much.
Yeah,
I
I know.
my nephew, who's going to turn 30 at the end of the year, can't believe it. One of my nephews, the music nephew, he loves this album. It's his favorite Paul album. He thinks it sounds very modern in a lot of ways to
Right,
him.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
no, good for him. He's seeing it in a different light, and that's good.
mm.
No,
All righty. So why don't we get started? We're going to do here. We have 12 tracks.
right, right.
We're going to try to rank them. As we often say, we haven't had cause, I don't think, not to say this. I love every song on this album. I like every song, like or love every song on the album.
I agree with
So,
you on that. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, we have yet to get to an album, I think, where we say, oh, there's a bunch of
yeah. Well, we
good
always
ones on
say
here.
doing these solo albums is going to get easier because there's clunkers on some of them, but I don't think this is one of them.
Yeah, yeah. So we're going to try to go from least favorite to most favorite.
Yes.
All right. And let me also remind people of the rule.
Before we start, folks, I
Yes.
want to
Oh,
tell you
yeah.
I was going to try to get in the spirit of Ram by wearing this tie dye T-shirt, but it was a little too loud for me for tonight. I'm a little more in a subdued mood, so my Ram T-shirt is being put on the bench tonight.
Yep.
But I have the album, so there you go.
Yeah, I have the album in the back. That's always good. I like when you do that. The album is recorded in New York.
Yep.
Features among others Hugh McCracken and David Spinoza on guitars, and of course future Wings member Denny
Yes,
Sywell
Danny Sywell.
on
Yeah.
playing drums there. So let's get going here and start with number 12, Matt. I'm leaving it to you to start.
Okay,
What do
I'm
you
going to
got?
be all right. I'm starting out here. Well, there's two versions of this song on the album, and I went with the shorter version here. Ram on number 2, the 55-second one, the reprise, if you as you will, or whatever, that leads into Backseat of My Car. I took that little piece and put it at number 12, not because I dislike it, but I figured, well, it has to go somewhere, and it's kind of a reprise of Ram on, so I put it at number 12. I like how there is a little piece of Big Barn Bed in this
Yes.
little snippet. I do like that. and I have nothing bad to say about the track. It's just that I felt it was the one that needed to go to number 12.
Okay, I'm going to echo that.
All
My
right.
number 12 is Ram on the reprise, because it's too short. I love it. It's nice. I love the bit of Big Barn Bed coming in there at the end. But we already have another version of Ram on, which is solid. So
Yeah.
it's just revisiting that, which is fine. We but something's got to go at the end, and that's what it's for me too.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people who pick this, but we also have Jazzy Jimmy. Never liked it, never will, for Monkberry
Monkberry
Moon
Moon
Delight.
Delight, huh? Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know about that, but
There's
okay.
another Ram on.
Ram on.
Yeah, I should mention ukulele.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he likes the Ram on. I guess you're talking about the full version.
Mm.
I'm guessing. And 12 Bean says has to be
Has to
the
be the reprise. Yeah.
reprise. All right, so that was easy enough for us.
Yeah, that was the easiest one for me, actually.
All right, so I'll go for number 11.
Sure.
For number 11, I'm going to go with Long Haired Lady.
Oh, okay.
Like the song, I do. For me, I feel it overstays its welcome a little bit. It goes on. It says, "Love
It
is
is
long."
long. Yeah, it's like 6 minutes. Yeah.
The song is long, and love is long is long. I'm going to get this over with right away because, as I said at the start, I love Linda McCartney, love her vocals, love what she added to Wings when Wings became a band, and I think she really was good. The way she sounds, sometimes a little offbeat, but I just love her sound.
Right.
However, on this one particular song, although I still like it in parts, I think she goes a little off, a little too when she does that.
That
You
love
know,
is long part. Love
yeah.
is
Well, this
long.
part
Yeah.
here, somebody said,
Yeah.
I like the way Cats of Sherman put it. Linda's flat vocals are a problem. I
Right.
still can get off on it because it's offbeat, and I do like
Yeah.
the song. But yeah, when she goes like, "Is this the only thing you want me for?" What are you goofing off?
Yeah. Yeah. That part.
Goofing off
Okay.
a little bit, but it's fun. But yeah, it's not. It's if I have to put least favorite, that's it. So that's that's my choice for number 11. And what do you have for 11, Matthew?
For 11, I have Three Legs.
Ah,
Um, like the song. It's a cool bluesy track. I do like it. And I think the reason I put it at number 11 is because there's too many classics here for me. And I just said, well, it's a good track. I don't skip Three Legs, but cool little bluesy song. I like the guitar work on it. Great stuff. But number 11, I just had to put it at 11.
okay. So we've got some opinions coming up here now. People are making me feel bad. I mean, I got a lot of eat at homes here. I love eat at home. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's a habit of mine. I do that. Come on, man. I realize I've always said that. By the way, I didn't ever knew that I did, but I'm realizing recently I always said didn't think anything of it. Come on, man. So or woman. Yeah, eat at home, long haired lady, like we said. Long haired lady. Also brings it down a bit. Okay, and I showed some of these before. I've been trying to save a little time by showing some of the comments as we go along, but I'll just flash a couple more.
No, sure.
There's the Eat at Homes. Come on, Kid O'Toole. Come on, Kit. Come on,
Uh,
woman.
I don't know, Kit.
Yeah. Number 11, Ramon. Hey, BMX Seeker, what's up there?
Hey, BMX.
Yeah, he did make fun of. Yeah, John mocked Paul's cover by John holding a pig. Yeah, in his Imagine
Yeah.
album. Well, that was with some reason, which we'll get to later on. There's more 11s popping in here. Heart of the Country, Monkberry Moon Delight.
Geez, have we seen a lot of monkberries already? Huh?
Yeah, people don't think Monkberry Moon Delight is a strong tonic. It's not to most people. All right, to some people. I'm gonna let you. Wait a minute. You just finished it. Let's
Right. So I think I'm 10 now.
10. Yeah, do 10.
All right. I'm number 10. Well, I went with Ramon number 1, which is the 2 minute and 2.5 minute version of Ramon. don't get me wrong. I love the vibe, folks. I love the ukulele holding it together. I think it's great. I like the percussion. It's very mesmerizing, that percussion throughout the whole song. You get that slap, boom, boom, slap, slap, boom, boom, slap. I just think it's a
Yes.
great, great, dreamy song, and I enjoy it. But there's just other songs on this. This album is a classic to me, folks. It's always in my top 2 Paul albums, and there's so many classics for me personally that Ram on 1 goes at number 10.
Okay. Ram on for you. Ram on, Matt.
Ram off. It's in my bottom 3, but
Ram off is
doesn't
off.
mean I don't like it.
Gotcha. All right. For me, number 10 is where Three Legs fell.
Okay. We flip flopped.
Yeah, I did a
All right.
little change there. Yeah, it's a interesting little thing, but nothing great, I don't think. But where it's situated on the album, I think it fits nice. I like it where it fits on the album, sequential wise. I don't believe it's about the other Beatles, or about the Beatles. Some people,
I've read that it is, but I kind of tend to agree with you that I never thought it was exactly about them, the 3 Beatles. So
yeah. So anyway, that's pretty fast. We went through that too, but I don't have much to say about it.
no,
So,
it's a cool song, good vibe, but it's just well,
all
is
right.
where
So 10, we got Monkberry Moon Delight here. We got a Ram on Reprise from Matthew Smith. We got Three Legs. Like Matt said, though, there's too many other classics. Exactly. There's another Three Legs from Sarah. Eat at Home is okay, but never a fave.
Boy, I'm surprised we're seeing so many monkberries and eat at homes this early, but that's just me.
Yeah. Well, they don't want to eat Monkberry Moon Delight at home, I guess. So, Smile Away. There's the first entry for Smile Away.
Smile Away.
Yeah. Three Legs, a funny track. Always liked it. That change of tempo. Good thing you could join us there, Farrell. I thought maybe you had said that you couldn't make it. Jazzy Jimmy, song was good. Oh, did we say this already? Flat. Long-haired, long song lady. What do we got here? I'm trying to look. Ram on. Yes, this is true, right? Yeah, Paul did Ram on live on the sound check last time I saw him. Yeah, Yelly Man, good observation there. Heart of the Country for Vivian.
Wow. Okay.
Songs, too many great
Right.
songs.
Too many great ones here. I see what she's saying. Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Smile Away, more generic. It doesn't really say as much as the other tracks. Wow. Smile Away. Smile Away. Oh, people are killing me. They're killing me. Smile Away. Oh.
Kit's already put 2 of the rockers down low here.
This is the big one, Elizabeth. Okay. Monkberry Moon Delight is not a delight. Okay, says you. All right. So now, hey, we're into the top 10 already. That's not hard.
We went through the top 10, and now we're
number 9.
Number 9 here.
We have number 9 is where I placed Ram on.
Okay.
Flip. Again, love it. Such a ukulele. Somebody mentioned is nice. I just love it. You look for stuff to really elaborate on, and there's not always something to.
It's hard when you love these songs. It's very
Paul's
difficult.
vocal, the soothing bit. I don't want to sing. I don't want to kill you all with the singing. I just adore it. It's just that that's where it falls for me. And now, what do you have for your 9th pick, Matt?
Okay, I haven't seen this one yet, so I'm a little nervous. I'm going to get tomatoes thrown at me here. Dear Boy is my number 9. It's a song that's a little slap at John. Okay, I think we know that. Nice song overall. I like it. Like the nice piano-based foundation to this song. I do enjoy it immensely, folks. I really do. And I hate to keep using the same cliche term, but there's too many other favorites and classics on here that fit above it. There's 8 others that I like better. I love the vocals. I think the lead vocals on this by Paul are absolutely fabulous. And the background vocals are great on this song as well. It's just, it's a short song, but it's a very intense song, and especially what he's singing about here, the theme behind it. But I like it. I like Dear Boy, but it falls at 9 for me.
I am in the uncomfortable position to say that I'm pretty sure. Well, I know pretty much for a fact that although John thought that "Dear Boy" was one of the songs aimed at him, it was actually about Linda's ex-husband. It was a message to
Okay,
Linda's
so I'm off.
ex-husband.
Then I'm way off on
But
that.
that's fine. Happens to all of us. And
Yeah,
uh,
I was always under the belief, just from like you
well, the
said,
good
maybe.
that gives John some credibility. I always say, when you're not going to say anything, folks, when you're not going to come out and blatantly like, "Well, how do you sleep?" It's pretty McCartney. When you're going to play and be coy and say stuff, what are people supposed to think? Is it about me? Is this one about me? That one about me? Later, it was revealed that it was a message. I think Paul revealed it himself.
I
You know,
missed, yeah, I missed that
yeah,
somewhere because I always in everything I've read was always like that. John thought it was about him,
yeah.
so I just
He's he's kind of rubbing. I guess he's
burned it in
rubbing
my
the guy.
brain.
He's rubbing the ex husband's nose in it. I guess a little bit. I guess
Uh,
kind of thing.
My bad
So
on that one. I got to go back and redo my research.
well, look. Don't worry about that, because what I'm going to say now is going to make this is the moment of this show that people are going to be wanting to hang me, and they're going to say, "Oh, Joe, man, you completely lost it. You're out of your skull." Because the song that I have, number 8. Oh, you were going to go first, but since I started talking, I'll go first. For number 8
Yeah, that's fine.
is going to completely freak people out,
Oh, really? Oh, no.
and it is the back seat of my car,
Oh.
which some people would have number 1, perhaps, or 2.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't know. It's blasphemy. I know. I do enjoy it. It has those Beach Boys like sounds, harmonies, which are nice and blend in nice. I just like the other songs better. I don't know. I think maybe because also, I want to say it veers into so many different places. But
Right.
then again,
It's an epic track. Yeah.
it's an epic track. But then again, uh, it's like the grand finale in a way, right?
Hmm.
Even though I'm here saying, well, but yeah, but it changes like tempo and stuff and direction. But that's what I like about some other songs. I mean, it's not like a
Right.
given that if one song, funny how that is, it doesn't fit all. One size doesn't fit all when it comes to songs. So anyway,
And let's just mention Paul's vocals on it. I mean, they're
oh yeah,
just
no,
stellar. The way he
vocals are great.
screams and the notes he's hitting is just unbelievable.
Yeah, guilty as charged, folks. It's never been my favorite. Although, I mean, 8 out of 12 isn't too bad. But most people would have it in, the top three, I think. Well, as we'll find out.
Mm.
So, yeah. So anyway, there I go. And what do you have, Matt, for number 8?
I put Heart of the Country at number 8. Uh, it's a great song, great rootsy, folky type song, acoustic based. I love Paul's little scat singing that he does during the song. Um, it kind of reminds me of like the older cousin of Good Day or When Winter Comes from the recent McCartney 3 albums. It's like one of those styles, to me anyway. It's one of those style songs. Like all those songs could be somehow from the same family tree. You could put those three together on a little compilation cassette or something. But I love Heart of the Country. It's just it's a cute little ditty, I like to call it. Like I said, acoustic, rootsy. Love it, but it's number 8.
All right, sir. Thanks for that. As we backtrack here a little bit, I'm going to look for some number 8s here. We have Eat at Home, Dear Boy, Heart of the Country, Smile Away, and Smile
Mm.
Away yet again, as I say. And regarding my placement of backseat of my car, Tom Hunyadi says,
Oh, he's not
no.
happy with that one, huh?
Smile Away. Oh, Matthew Smith, Crazy Talk, man. That's his third or fourth best ever solo song. Well, I wouldn't say My Love, I wouldn't say is one of his best, but I love it. Crazy Talk, man. So we each. I'll always be teasing Matthew Smith, and we do it back and forth because he can't stand My Love, and I like it. So there you go. Okay. Oh, Joe, backseat so low. I don't know, man. Yep. Heart of the Country. As Yelly Man says, his favorite is "Backseat of My Car."
on Ram.
Now wait
Yeah.
a minute. Just erase everything you just said, Matthew Smith. You just ripped me a new one because of that, and then you have the audacity to put Uncle Albert at number 8, my man. Come on, come on. I just what's great. They're all different opinions. Imagine if we all had the same order for everything.
Yeah, I know. We
That'd
both
be
kind of.
insane.
What would be the point of doing these things, right?
Right. Oh boy. Okay. Backseat of
Oh,
my
BMX
car.
has it low too, huh?
Three legs. Eat at home. Dear boy.
Ah,
Kit.
all right. Kit and I were close on that one.
Thank you, Only Sleeping. Joe, you're entitled to your opinion. Backseat goes on too long. Great song, but he doesn't know when to end it. Yeah, I suppose I'll go with that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Okay, boy, Eat at Home, Robert S. Smile Away. Okay, there we go.
Mm.
All righty. So now we got number 7, which I'll start. I'm just
You
going to
want to do
say
that one? All right.
that's where I have Dear Boy,
Oh,
which
okay. Not too far off.
I enjoy. Yeah, we've went through that already. There's no reason to go through all that. I just like it. And I love Paul. Paul, like I don't know, just telling somebody, often just like basically being I don't know, should I say wise guy? I don't know. I just like the way that he's saying, look at this, you don't know what you did. You made a mistake, haha,
You
kind
screw
of
it.
thing. And of
Was it
course,
basically just telling the ex-husband he screwed up? Is that what you the bane? What
I
they?
think that's the idea
Yeah,
behind it,
yeah.
more or less.
You never should have let this one go.
Maybe I should have let it, something like that. And when you can understand John Lennon thinking it's about him.
I I've
You
just
could
always had
understand
that
it.
in my brain. I don't know.
I thought it for the longest time too.
Yeah.
But let's now find out what you have for number 7.
Number
Uh,
7 is where I've put my first real rocker, and I do love the rockers on this album. I really do, and I consider this one a great rocker as well. Smile Away. It's my
mhm.
number 7. I've just always loved the grittiness of this song, that down and dirty rock and roll vibe to it. And yeah, the lyrics, like Kit mentioned earlier, the lyrics are a little cringeworthy
That's
depending
what
how you
this
look
week.
at it, but I think the lyrics are kind of cool. I think it's just a cool, with the gritty rock and roll vibe and with those kind of cool lyrics thrown in there. I think it works. It works as a cool little dirty rock song, and I gave it number 7.
Okay, you heard it straight from Matt's mouth. Now to go backwards here, we got too many people at number 7 for Cats of
Ooh,
Sherman,
a little low.
long-haired lady. Uh, okay, Smile Away, Monkberry Moon Delight. Too many people. Piss off cake. Right, right. Three legs.
Three legs. That's a good showing for three legs.
Yeah.
7.
Backseat of my car. Smile away. Dear boy. Love the piano. Slam at the
Mm.
end. Dun, 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 dun. Well, I love like you already know what songs you're going to be going into each other. So used to hearing the end and what comes
Hmm.
next. Three legs for Vivian.
Yeah, the guitar
Uh,
is great. Yeah.
Great rocker for three
Hmm.
legs.
Good, good,
Backseat of my
good
car,
jimmy.
number 7. Oh, there you go. There's somebody. Whoa, Kit! Thank you, Kit. Actually, saved me a little bit as far as credibility goes. I think. Heart of the Country, great country song, of course, but there's 6 more that I love. Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Monkberry Moon Delight, backseat of my car. Look what you did to my car. Honeymoon is reference if Gary Wilbur's watching. And lastly, I'll put up Dear Boy for number 7.
BMX. All right.
All right, let's go.
Well, we're in the top half of the album now.
We're getting there. We're still doing number 6, and go, Matt. You start with number
Want me to do
6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's where I put Long Haired Lady, number 6, kind
Oh,
of right in the middle of the album. I know you had a couple of little minor issues with it. Yes, it is long. It's 6 minutes, might be 6 something, a few seconds. But to me, it's 6 minutes of total greatness. To me, it's epic. It's dreamy. It's entrancing. I love the variations to this song. There's
Yeah,
so
the
many
dreamy
cool,
parts. Let me interject
cool
that. Yeah, good point.
changes in this song that just it just takes you on a journey. And this 6-minute song just takes you on this total journey. I get what people are saying about Linda's vocals, how they do get flat in some spots, but as a whole piece, it just, to me, it's always been one of my favorite tracks on this album. I could just kick back right now, throw on some headphones or take it in the car with me and put the seat back and turn this thing on, and I just entrancing. I just love it. I think it's a great song, and I gave it number 6.
Yeah, because I mean, even though I put it as low as I did, yeah, I like that dream quality. I kind of long. I don't want to sing
Oh
it.
yeah, that just the way it
Lady.
it
Yeah,
just
that's nice. That part.
just the way it just shuffles along at the end there. Just I don't know. I love it.
And when he does the old bit, I can't think of the word. Who's the lady that thinks that?
Who's the lady? Yeah, the lyrics. I'm terrible with lyrics, but
Free
yeah.
fun lady, hypnotize. Anyway, I'm getting into the song now. I think I'll put it number 3 now. I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna make it. No, you see, that's what happens with me.
But then near the end of it, how it goes on for those couple of minutes, just doom, just shuffling
Yeah,
along.
yeah,
Long love is long.
yeah.
It
That
just
part
goes on. It
goes on a
just,
little.
oh, just
I like that. I
I'm in
like that in
heaven.
general. That part. Just think maybe for me a tad too
Those
long.
those Linda lyrics in the middle threw you maybe. When Linda's singing and it
When
gets
she's
a little
singing
bit.
that kind of weird thing,
Yeah.
but yeah. Now what I got to say for number 6 here, folks. All right, number 6 for me is "Eat at Home." That's a fine rocker, and I know Tom Magnati,
That's a
you're
good
there.
showing. That's a good showing.
And I know Tom. I remember from him doing this because they and Andy and Tom did this
Hmm.
album. On 2 legs they ranked.
Tom had that one high. Had a pretty
No, I don't remember it being that high, but I
yeah.
know that he said that it didn't seem to fit the album to him. That was
Oh he
his opinion of
okay.
it.
Yeah.
But I think if I remember right, Tom clarified that if I'm wrong or whatever. But I like it. It's a fine rocker. I think it's a great single choice. It was a single, wasn't it? In some places, I eat at home. Somebody help me with that.
Someone have to help me with
I
that
think it
too.
was. But yeah, I think it fits the album pretty good. And yeah, the guitar. I like the guitar on it. I would say.
I always like when Paul has a couple of good rockers on his albums, and I think Eat at Home fits the bill on this one, and Smile Away, and Too Many People. You got to have some good rockers, and so I think it fits.
Yeah, Smile Away, which I haven't mentioned yet. So
That's true.
okay, so we got Heart of the Country at number 6, and Backseat of My Car at number 6, and Heart of the Country again, and Too Many People at number 6 for Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the Country.
Oh, we've seen a lot of those songs, huh?
Yeah,
This
Heart of the
here,
Country.
middle part of the album.
Long Haired Lady. You
Oh,
called it, Matt. Long Haired Lady.
yeah. It always makes you feel. I like how you said it, Joe. That Kit gives you a little bit of credibility when she. Thanks,
Yeah.
Kit.
Yeah.
When she matches you.
Let's see. Moon Delight, Eat at Home. 3 Legs. That's a pretty good showing for 3 Legs. Smile Away. Awesome ending to side 1. Yeah, whatever they say. What are they saying? Don't know how to do that? Learning how to do that? I don't know. That's what I thought they were saying. I don't know. Everybody hears things as they hear them. Hear a phone. Ram on. Heart of the Country. Let's see. Dear Boy.
Dear
Beach
boy,
Great.
great Beach Boy vocals. Yes, a lot of good harmonies on that one. Jimmy's
Let's see.
right.
Yelly. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to keep skipping Yelly Man. He's having a discussion. See, I'm with you, Brooklyn. See, I missed that.
Heart of the Country. Yeah.
I don't believe what I'm hearing tonight. Backseat does not go on too long.
Paul
Well, it's
has.
plenty of too long. So, well, Deep Deep Feeling's not one of my favorites either, even though I like it better now than I did when I first listened to it. But hey, that's the way it is. I've said for some reason why it is, Robert. I don't know. But isn't it interesting? One size does not always fit all songs. I don't know why that is sometimes, but. Matthew and Mayo. Besides Uncle Albert,
Uncle.
what song would have been an excellent single off Ram? Well, I think Eat at Home. I think Heart of the Country.
Eat at Home's a good one. Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
there's a lot of good choices on this one.
maybe an edited version of Monkberry Moon Delight.
uh, you're very, very
the three
brave.
the 3 minute version.
Let's see now. Okay. Okay. So I think we're up to the top five
Top
now.
five, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna start off number five.
Okay, I'm curious on this one.
Um, this is again, who knows what you know what order you put these in, man. I don't know.
Now
Uh,
you're getting into crunch time now with these top five songs. It's like it was very
yeah.
difficult.
As of right now, these are probably my top five favorites. It could change. For five, I went with "Heart of the Country." I think it's a beautiful song,
Mm,
folky country. As you know, it's really good. Paul professing his love for living in the country and
hmm.
everything he wants. Uh, aspires to have and everything. Oops, I dropped my pen. I may need that later on. I
Yeah,
definitely will.
yeah.
So
Take this one.
anyway,
Take this one.
yeah, okay, give me that. "Heart of the Country." Okay, Matt, that's me done. You're up for number
I
five.
do love. That's a great showing. I think I had that one at 9 or something, or yeah, so, no 8. I had it at 8, but it is a great song. I guess I could have put it up a little higher. It's a beautiful track. Okay, my number 5. This is where I put Monkberry Moon Delight. I put it in the top 5, folks.
Oh,
Yes, I did,
okay.
because one of the things that really boosted this one up for me is Paul's lead vocals. I think these are some of the best, top-notch lead vocals in Paul's career. They're just so outstanding. I love the backing vocals by Linda on this track. I think she adds to it. I keep using the word epic, but it's an epic track at 5 minutes and 24 seconds. 5 minutes, yeah, 5:24. There's so many cool, wacky lyrics. It's great bouncy vibe to it. It makes you want to move. This is probably the most danceable track on the album. And again, I go back to Paul's vocals. The vocal gymnastics he uses on this track are second to none, in my opinion. It's quirky. I know you either love it or hate it, but it's always been one of those songs on this album that I've always loved. Monkberry Moon Delight, number 5.
Well, I echo everything you said, but for when I get to it, maybe it'll save me a lot of breath. So, okay, that's number five, and we have three legs here. And we have a number five showing for Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey.
Oh, that's only the second time I think we've seen that one so far.
Yeah, I kind of agree
Yeah.
with you, Robert S. I don't think Monkberry
Oh, I was just kidding, Robert. We wouldn't make it a single.
Three legs, great guitar riff. Three legs. Yeah, boy, number five.
I see a comment coming up that just made me crack up.
Okay, let's see if I get to it.
It's from Robert S. You'll see it. It's funny.
Does he Billy? It was Yelly man, you're confusing me, man. I keep wanting to quote you, but you're talking to somebody in the comments. Um, Monkberry Moon Delight, awesome.
Hey, never again.
It's time for Monkberry Moon Delight. Not for me, it's not yet. Uh,
I love it.
okay,
Love it.
there we go. Backseat of my car. The ending is epic, no doubt
Oh,
about
yeah.
that.
Yeah, it is.
A Woman or Why should have been on Ram. Would have made the album a bit better. I love that's one of my favorite
Mm-hmm.
of all B sides. When somebody asks me, "What's your favorite Paul McCartney B side?" That's the first one that comes to mind. Even though I've got a dozen or more,
It's like a
you
timeless
know.
track. It's one of those rockers that could have been recorded 5 years ago. It's that good.
Yeah, but sometimes it's fun to have something as a bonus, like a B side or
Right,
something. As much
right.
as I love that, I do love A Woman or Why. Let's see now. Where was I? Okay, Three Legs. Fun guitar riff, as Stephen O'Leary points out. It says, "Ram on, peaceful, natural mood, almost divine." Oh, divine. That's a good word for that.
Dear boy, just because, no
Why?
reason. I like it. Yeah, sometimes I think that's how we both feel. Only sleeping is like, I don't know why. I just
You
love it.
can't always,
Yeah, it's hard to sometimes put it into words.
you can't always come up. Yeah, I'm not saying many words. I like it. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Okay, too many people. Yeah. Well said.
Mhm.
Hey, Beatley Tones, Beatles channel. Yeah, subscribe to him too. Well, there's other. I could say that for a lot of people. I'm sorry if I miss you,
Yeah,
but I
I
know
mean,
this is a
so many
new,
great people. Yeah,
fairly new Beatley Tones Beatle channel. Uh, let's see.
there it
This
is.
is-
Yeah,
that's, yeah.
that
Uh,
cracked me up.
Move to another room. That's what makes him want to move. Listen, Robert S. Come on, man. Let your hair down a little bit. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Never mind.
He's like me. He doesn't have any to let down, does he? No,
I
Robert's
kid.
got more than I do.
Linda's vocals are hilarious in long-haired lady. Yeah, I know they are tongue in cheek for sure. If we're ranking another day in a woman or why, I'd have them very high.
Oh yeah, those are great.
Very late. Hello, gentlemen.
Hey, Timmy.
Hello, Tim. Okay. I don't agree with this at all. The most commercial song? No, far from it, Yelly man. That's my opinion. Although it's a great as an epic and song grand finale, it's not
Yeah.
it's not
Well,
single friendly to
you
me.
think of AM radio back in the '70s. I don't know if it would have fit.
I don't know. I just don't.
It's it's a great track, but I don't know if it'd be meant for a single.
Oh well, this is a tough one. I wouldn't want to lose Monkberry
No,
Moon
I don't
Delight.
want to lose Monkberry either. But you can add a
Yeah,
woman a Y.
mm. Yeah, I like a woman a while, as I say. All right, well, maybe we'll go to number four,
Wow, we're up to
and I'll
four
start
already.
off with
All
number
right,
four.
all right.
Four is where I put, in my opinion, the most underrated song on the album, that being "Smile Away." I think it's. You said grittiness. That's what I
Yeah,
was going to say.
I yep.
It's gritty. It rocks. Paul is a little tongue in cheek. All right, the lyrics are cringeworthy. So, I mean, see, the thing is, again, with one size fits all, does not fit all. There's
Right.
plenty of times if I'm not digging a song, I don't like the words. I say, well, look at the words; they're terrible. Then when I'm liking a song, it fits. I think that's hilarious. Talking about you smelling your feet a mile away,
Yeah.
smelling your breath a mile away,
Yeah.
smelling your teeth a mile. It's so freaking ridiculously funny. I love it. The whole thing. Just smile no matter what people say, and offer
Yeah.
them a breath mint.
It's always been one of my favorite Paul
I
rockers.
suppose. Yeah, I love it. Oh, I just think that thing rocks. So yeah, smile away for me. Uh, number
Good.
four.
I love that pick, Joe. I love it.
Oh,
Being the
okay. What? But now, what do you have? Could you
Well,
dazzle
what
me with
I
your number
did, it's
four?
funny you should say that because I was looking at Smile Away, which is a cool rocker, but there's another rocker on this album that I was kind of balancing back and forth or bouncing back and forth with Smile Away. I said, should I put this one higher or Smile Away higher? I finally put Smile Away at 7. So this one got the nod to go in my higher spot for rock songs on RAM, and that's Eat It Home. I put it at number 4. I just think like Smile Away, it's another great rocker from Paul, but there's just something about this one that I just put it up a few more notches. I've always loved it, even as a kid. I remember being a kid listening to this album in the 70s, and Eat It Home was just, I always liked the rock songs, the Beatle rock songs and the solo rock songs back then. And Eat It Home has just always been a favorite of mine. Now, I have to throw this out there but I'm afraid to because of my screw up with the Lennon McCartney husband, ex-husband. But has anyone ever read it before I don't want to say it as fact. Has anyone ever read anywhere that this song could have some sexual connotation to it? Eat It
I've heard
Home. Have
that.
you read? Okay, so I'm not the only one.
I've
All
heard that, but I
all
don't
right.
know. I don't
I
know.
don't know if it's confirmed, but I heard when Paul was writing this, there was could have been some connotations to the lyrics of this song. But that's all I'll say about it. Other than that, I don't want to say that deflects from how great the rock song is. It's a great rock song, and I love it. Number 4, it made it that high.
All righty. Very, very good. And then with that, we're going to go back and we have a Monkberry Moon Delight. A little long, but love the vocals and the surreal lyrics. I'm with
Mm.
you. Uh, let's see. Ram On for Matthew Smith. Sarah agrees, right? Ram On. Smile Away, Cats of Sherman. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Heart of the Country for Robert S.
Oh, okay.
That's a
Good,
nice song.
good one, Robert.
Smile Away always made me laugh. Yeah, I agree. Monk Maroon Delight. It's silly, it's chaotic, and I
Chaotic.
love it. Well said, kid.
Yes.
Let's see. Backseat of my car. I adore the ending. Okay.
Mm.
Uh, Tasty rocker. Eat at home. Eat at home. Dun, 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 dun. Good song. Okay.
Out of the country.
BMX Seeker, Heart of the Country. Hey, Dear Boy for Vivian. That's pretty high up, I think.
That's a good showing for
That's
that.
a
Yeah.
good show. Three Legs is even more impressive.
Wow. Jaden, great rank
Backseat of
there.
my car. Okay, yeah. I expect to have a lot of the backseat of my cars. Uncle Albert. We've been getting some Uncle Alberts trickling in here and there. Backseat of my car. Abbey Road esque. Yeah, I might go with that.
I could see it.
Butter pie. What's a pie? Once they put up the
Buttock
pie.
pie. Buttock pie.
Yeah, what a I don't. Now, is this about the sexual innuendo?
Yeah, I think that's what he means. Yeah.
Sexual innuendo.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what else we got here.
Thanks, Tom. I'm 1 for 2, maybe.
Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey. Yeah.
Make his speaker light go crazy. Oh yeah, all the changes.
Yeah. All right. Polygon. Exactly. Yes. Which he does. He does actually sing Polygon, even though people doubt it. And hi. But he's saying it like with a B sound, like a polygon. He's doing it like that. He's deliberately make a little bit like "for you." I think there.
Yeah.
I think too many people. Great guitar.
Oh yeah, fabulous.
All right, so that brings us to number 3.
We're at 3. Wow, top 3. Okay.
I'm gonna start off with this one. I'm gonna put Monkberry Moon Delight at number 3. I love it so much. It made the top 3 for me.
Yeah, we're not too far off. I had it at 5, so I'd love to hear you put it that high.
Top 5, you can't. It's great.
I love to see it.
What can I say? People have said it. It's outrageous. It's crazy. The lyrics are ridiculously exciting. It's just a real farce. Paul pushing his vocal cords to the extreme.
Exactly.
Shredding it all. The voice. I love every moment of that song. That also goes on a bit long, but in this case, I like it. I say that about so many things. It's like if you're digging it, it doesn't feel too long. I love every second of that, and it's always a highlight when that comes crashing in there.
Yep.
At that point of the album. So Monkberry Moon Delight number 3 for me. Okay, Matt, what do you have for number 3?
Well, my number 3 is Too Many People. This is where Too Many People shows up. This is a classic. I knew it was going to be up in the top echelon somewhere because this is just one of those classic Paul rock and roll tracks, one of his best rock and rollers ever. And I think it really got cemented for me about 16 years ago when I was at the Boston Garden, or then called the Fleet. They changed the name of it. But anyway, I saw him at the Garden, 2005 tour, and whenever he pulled this one out and played it, it just knocked my socks off. And I've always liked the song, but I said, no, this song is classic. This song is one of those songs that could have been on a Beatles album. It's just a timeless rock and roll song, and it deserves every accolade it gets. So Too Many People, number 3.
Okay, well said. That was a good description. Okay, number 3, Uncle Albert. Love doing medleys in the callback to Yellow Submarine. Dear Boy, the vocal arrangement is a joy, and it's just blissful. That's number 3. That's good. Smile Away. Yeah, Matthew Smith.
Whoa, way up there,
baby. Yes. Heart of the Country. Yeah, okay. Uncle Albert. First time I heard this, I was absolutely blown away, but it's almost like I know what's going to happen if you know what I mean. Spoilers. Oh, look at Stephen O'Leary, biggest grower on the album, Dear Boy.
Wow, good.
Too Many People. I don't care who it is about.
Hey, Tim, we matched on one.
Somebody did, and Dear Boy, vocal overdubs.
I should have covered my ass then. I should have said Too Many People. That's when he was talking about John.
I'll take care of that.
I'll let you take care of it.
Oh, yeah. And the people and some people who know me well by now know what I'm going to bring up. The hypocrisy I'm going to bring up in this when I get to it, which won't
I
be
no, I
much.
look for I look forward
It
to it.
won't be much longer, for sure. Um, Too many people. Great rocket, clever lyrics. Uncle Albert, love every second of it. Strings, harmonies, guitar behind the ringing phone effects. Uncle Albert. Okay, Monkberry, Moon Delight. It's as mad as a box of frogs, but genius at the same time. Brilliant vocal performance. This is
Oh,
true.
absolutely.
Too many people. Backseat of my car. Too many
Too many
people. The
people
tune's
again.
really,
Getting some good showings for too many people. Yeah.
yeah. Too many people. Ram on. Ukuleles are
Vivian
underrated.
loves
That's
those
why.
ukuleles.
Nice. All right. Well, let me jump over here to number
So
two.
we are at number two. Oh,
Number two.
I'm looking forward to this if I think it's what I think it
Well,
is.
number two is where I put too many people, and
Ah,
you said it so well. You saved me the trouble. It's an amazing track, an amazing opener to the album.
oh, good point. I didn't bring that up. Yeah, yeah,
That's something that Paul finally, all these years later, admitted was about John. That was a little dig aimed at John and Yoko, I guess, for what they were doing.
hmm
And that's what mainly inspired John. Well, that and a few other things. To He thought "Dear Boy" was about him. He thought when at the end of was it "Backseat of My Car"? Boy, we believe that we can't be wrong. He thought that was aimed at him too. And the back of the cover has two Beatles in the back cover photo, kind of once sticking it to the other, so to speak. So
yeah,
you can understand where this comes from. But when Paul accuses John of preaching practices, isn't it funny that these days Paul is a vegetarian, I don't know, vegan, vegetarian, and he
right.
loves pushing his meat-free Mondays and go veggie and all that. Too many people, Paul, preaching practices. Folks, don't let them tell you what you want to be. So as much as I love this song, and I love I love a song like that, we get a little gritty and maybe send a personal message, Paul, instead of singing about sheepdogs and things like that. You get down and you say, okay, yeah, I'm going to make a personal statement here, even if it
hmm
is disguised subtly. Um, yeah, that's how I feel. I love the song. I love the song, but I
That's
always like to bring on these days that Paul's the one preaching practices these days. So people know I was going to go there.
no, yeah, well, yeah. I've heard you talk about that in past videos. Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's my number two. And now I ask you, Matthew, what do you have for number two?
My one and two were tough because I went back and forth on it up until earlier today, and then finally I said, "No, I have a sentimental pick," and I put that at number one and kept it there. Number two is "Backseat of My Car." It almost made number one. It almost
Yeah, I'm
did.
sure.
4.5 minutes long. Again, I'm using that E word again. Epic, epic track. There's just so many changes, so many. The vibe, the orchestral work is fabulous. It just builds and it builds and it just to this big crescendo. Paul's vocals, the screams. I mean, what he's doing vocally in this song is just amazing. I just absolutely love this song. I think it's one of the best solo Paul songs ever.
Woo!
If I was making a mixed CD of all my favorite Paul tracks, Backseat of My Car would be one of my first selections. I love it. It almost made number one, but number two.
Since we've been ranking songs on albums, Beatles and some solo Beatles, I think that might be from memory the one you and I were farthest off on as far as favorites. I think,
Right.
but
Yeah,
I could,
it could
but
be.
where you're coming from with that, the way you describe it, I could understand and appreciate everything you say about
And
it.
yeah, and like you said, you still like the track, you love
Oh
it.
yeah,
It's just
yeah,
that there's so many others that, on this
sure.
album, this is difficult. So,
One thing I want before it gets too far behind, Tom Magnati brings up a good point. He says with regard to what I said about too many people and
oh
Paul.
yeah, yeah.
Now, these days, yes, but back then, Paul wasn't pushing anything. Yeah, yeah, I know that, but I didn't know that playfully calling it, hypocrisy doesn't. I don't know if that has to be timely. That it can, later on, it can't happen. I like having fun with that. I just think it's an
Yeah.
irony. But yeah, all right. So let's go back here, folks,
There we
and
go. What are people saying? They happy?
Monkberry Moon Delight, tomato ketchup
Ketchup
soup
soup.
fury. Don't get left behind. Some of Paul's dear boy, some of Paul's best vocal arrangements of his post Beatles career. Yeah, I should really
Good
delve
stuff.
into
Yeah.
more detail. I guess I'm kind of on the tired side of this evening as I'm doing this because there's a lot more you could say about a lot of these.
Oh, there's a ton. I know. I know.
Yeah, okay, all right, yep. Too many people. Number two,
Wow, a lot of people got it right up there with
dear
us.
boy, I love. I say that all the time, don't I? I love when people pick something that you don't usually expect to be like a number one or
Right.
two. You know, Uncle Albert, Heart of the Country, Son of I'll
I
Follow the
follow the
Sun.
sun. Yeah, that's a good.
Dear boy, wow.
Those vocals. Yeah,
Yeah, the
I
vocals are
agree.
great. Yeah,
Heart of the country. Kit,
okay, Kit, that's good.
crank it.
Oh no, no, get out of here with that. Yeah, come on, man. I love it. Backseat of my car.
Hey, Robert, we matched.
Three legs, number
Three
two.
legs. Great
Oh
showing.
man,
Great
that is
showing.
that
Yes,
is
simple but
fantastic.
effective. Good
Too
point.
many people, piece of cake. I think Paul was
Great.
hungry while writing some of these. So
Good
great
point,
guitar.
Diego. The guitar is fabulous.
Out of the country makes me happy every time I
Agreed,
hear it.
Jaden. Agreed.
Okay. Monkberry Moon Delight.
The vocal
Logo.
performance. Yeah, it's just unbelievable.
Dear boy. Wow. This is very, very impressive. How many people are putting that so high? Oh, Smile Away at number two. That's pretty
Mm,
amazing to me.
good showing. Great
Yeah.
rocker.
Linda's vocals. I like them in that too. Yeah. Too many people, right on, Joe. The song should bleed into How Do You Sleep. That would be something. Uh, Good point, Joe. This is referring to my Too Many People thing with John and Paul. Monkberry Moon Delight. Who knows what it's about? But wow,
We don't know. What? It's an adventure, that's
yeah,
for
it
sure.
doesn't all.
Listen
And
to it.
if you're digging something, it doesn't have to be anything.
Yeah.
I have
Oh,
backseat as
Robert.
number two. There you go, Matt.
Oh, thank you, Robert.
Yes, Uncle Albert song that everyone loves. I think you got something there. I think you may have something there.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, that's a good question. I mean, what the peace and love. I don't remember them really telling everybody, what to be. But anyway, whatever. It is what it is. Is this the alternate two legs with the older Tom and Andy?
Yeah.
Older? What are you talking about? I'm younger than both of them. No, I'm kidding. Joking around.
This is
All
the
right.
senior citizens version of Two Legs.
Exactly. Look at this. The variety of opinions. Yes, indeed. I agree with you.
That's what
Well,
I like about the participation is the variety of the thoughts. Yep.
let's go to number one.
Oh, number
Now, the
one.
thing, we're
Whew.
both going to say a lot of good things here, I
I
think.
know. I know. So
So
what
I
do
don't
we
know
do?
if
How do we handle this?
if I let you go first, then you could save me a lot of energy, I think.
It's up to you.
So you're going first for
I
this
got a
one.
lot. I got a lot of stuff I could say, but
No,
I'll.
number one, what do you got?
Well,
We know.
folks, I was gonna put backseat of my car, I really was, but then later this afternoon I thought about it, and remember I mentioned sentimental pick. When I was a young boy, don't worry, I'm not going to tell this long drawn out story,
I will.
but as a young boy, when this single came out, this is one of those songs that grabbed me as a little kid. I'm going to be honest with you. I think I was 9 or 10 when it came out. I thought it might be the Beatles. When I first heard this song, I was kind of naive. And I don't know if I heard it on AM radio or whatever, or somebody played it, but I thought it was a Beatles song. I really did. I thought the part where, or he gets that, or that voice,
Admiral Halsey.
this part where it sounds like it could be John almost doing the vocals.
Is that?
Help me out here.
But is that like Linda's doing that bit? Is the butter pie?
It's if it's not butter pie, it's
Okay.
No, it gets into be like a nasally. I can't remember. I'm sorry, folks. I'm old.
You
I'm
can't
old.
think of it when you want. You want
But
it,
you're
right?
right. I wish I could. But there's a part of the song where you swear the vocals have that nasally sound to them, and it sounds like it could be John, like through some kind of like a horn or something. He's talking through like a megaphone or something. And I always thought that was John doing that. I know,
Something can't
crazy.
help. So they put it in the pie. Something that part.
Yeah. There's something
I don't know.
I'm having a brain fart right now. But anyway, I thought it was when I was 9 or 10. I thought it was a Beatles song. I really did. And around that time, it was around the time that I was just figuring out that they broke up. I was like a year behind when they actually broke up in 1970 and announced it. It was like a whole year later in 71 where I truly found out the Beatles had broken up. That's how behind I was at the time. But I remember being at a cookout with my friends and somebody put this song on. They either had the 8-track or the cassette, and they played Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey. All the friends were there at this house where the cookout was. It was nighttime. It was great weather out, and everyone's listening to it and rocking out to it and singing it. And it made such an impression on me. And it's just always been one of those songs that I've loved for the last 50 years, and I'll love till the day I pass. It's just, I had to put it at number one, even though there's probably other songs on this album that I would tend to listen to more. But this one's a masterpiece, and number one.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
I know I went on a
Don't
little
have to say
winded there, but there's a lot of emotion with this song. It just means a lot to me.
I just have to say ditto. That's the beautiful part about it. Yeah. Number one for me, Uncle Albert, Admiral Halsey. Um, like you, I mean, I was a child when I heard this. I was 9 years old when it was on the radio.
Mhm.
I have beautiful memories. Sit on the stoop and I listening to WABC radio, and they play
Ah,
the top 40 and what as they usually would in those days, and I'd hear it over and over and over again, and I just thought it was wonderful. I didn't think it was the Beatles. I wonder what I think I knew it was Paul on his own. But by that time, I'd heard I think the Beatles had split. I didn't follow the Beatles at that particular point of my life, and that point I got back into them in the mid 70s. But I just love it. What can I say? I mean, now I said why earlier I didn't like too much of what in backseat of my car is not a favorite because it's like all over the place. I
mhm.
love this because it takes all these different directions, so many
Right.
different sounds and different approach to the material here and there. It works good as a kiddie song, but it's not just a kiddie song. I love Linda on it, singing along. I love Linda joining in. I love the hands across the water bit. That's my favorite bit of the whole thing. I get goosebumps every time I hear that then and now.
Right,
I
exactly.
remember when I was a kid, I used to think, because you don't always know the words. I was thinking they were singing "Man Who Crossed the Water," like
Yeah,
Jesus or
yeah.
something. That's what I was thinking. And I just love that bit. It is a classic to me. It is one of Paul McCartney's all-time best recordings or anything he's ever done, and even the effects of like the thunder, lightning,
Yes.
rain, whatever.
Oh, yeah. What a
It just has so many peaks to it. I won't say valleys because valleys indicates like a low, a
right,
negative
right,
thing,
right.
but peaks and
The
valleys
peaks.
musically,
Yeah,
like the way
yeah.
you're going, like I really,
It's
uh, eh,
the diversity of it's just
and I
unbelievable.
love how it just starts. We're so sorry, Uncle Albert,
Mhm.
just like that out of nowhere. There's no music introduction
Right,
or
just
anything.
yeah.
And to this day, if I'm in the car or something, I just happen to be fortunate enough to have a radio station on, and it starts with those words. I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
Mhm.
Crank it up. Uncle Albert's on.
Yeah.
I love it. And I still
Yes.
get excited every time I'm listening to, I think it's Dear Boy, and you start hearing the end, the piano bit at the end, and I'm like, here it comes. Oh
Yeah,
God,
yeah, yeah,
here
yeah.
it's gonna come next. I love it. I can't say any more about that. Um,
Yeah, and I just want to tell you only because I know you're going to get to the comments, but I was watching them scroll and someone figured out that line I was talking about. It's the line when we haven't done a bloody thing all day.
oh, but we haven't done a bloody thing all
The
day.
way
Yeah,
that's
okay.
said, I remember again now in hindsight, I'm as an old
It's
man,
so obvious now,
it's
right?
so obvious who it
You
is. But
but
when you're 9 or 10 years old, I thought that was like Lennon doing that.
we're
I
so
don't
sorry,
know.
but neither one of us could have thought of it at the time. So thank you for that. So yeah, let's go around here because I think
Yeah,
there.
just give credit. Who was it that said that?
If you find it, let me know because
Clear Coat 2000. Thank you. Clear Coat 2000. You'll
okay.
see it when you come to it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find. Um, Backseat of my car, number one. I'm sure a lot of people would put that number one. Yes, indeed. Uncle Albert,
Masterpiece
masterpiece.
Jimmy.
Backseat of my car.
James, nice, nice. I almost had it at one, James.
Well, I got to disagree. Farrell doesn't think Paul is really pushing or preaching veggie. He's pushing it big time. At his concerts too, he has some. He's putting it in your face. They even have people there promoting veggie stuff. That's my opinion. I mean, we can agree
Well,
to
it is
disagree.
that whole first. Again, I'm not going one way or the other.
Friends
My
of the Earth.
feelings
What
on it,
about
but
that?
remember,
It's
remember
another thing.
the 1990 tour was it the 90 or 93 tour was all about animal rights, wasn't it? Or the
I
sponsors of it, Friends
I
of the Earth,
I
and
remember
these
Friends of the Earth.
different groups that were
Yeah. I mean,
involved.
it's good
I'm
good
not putting it
causes.
down. I'm just saying he did promote it.
Paul, I'm gonna have two slices of veal for you, my friend. Uh, anyway, backseat of
Just
my
no
car.
Impossible Whoppers.
No, yeah. Well said, Tim.
Perfect.
In
Perfect.
my opinion, well said. Um, Backseat of my car. Sorry, we just were there. Backseat of my car.
Backseat of my car.
Too many people. You both have said it pretty well. It's a great opening song to a great album. Oh yeah.
Good point.
Oh, Sarah was introduced to the Beatles to Uncle Albert.
That's interesting as she says that. Yeah, because I thought it was the Beatles when I was 9.
Yeah. Huge hit from a car. Yeah, and it was. Is that his first number one? Or somebody help us here.
Oh, another
I
is it Another Day or is it Uncle Albert? Didn't
yeah.
Another Day make number one
I'm
too?
thinking.
Oh
I don't think so, but I could be
no,
wrong.
I could be off of that.
If anybody here knows,
I should keep notes in front of me. I don't have anything in front of me.
smile away. Are you serious about that wax pick? Or you be like, please? Are you seriously? No, so could not do this. The hands across the water
Across the
section.
water, yeah.
Yeah. All right. I probably put some of this up before. Yeah, there it is. We haven't done a bloody thing all day.
I was 9, folks. What did I know?
Yeah. Some of it sounds like that in the what is it? The part when he goes, "Get around," sounds a little Lennon-esque to me. Be a gypsy,
Oh
live
yeah,
like get around.
yeah.
Sounds a little Lennon-y to me. So, a Huey Lewis review someday. I want a new
Yeah,
drug.
let's go.
I want a new drug. I love that song. Oh man, do I love that song. But uh, okay, same kind of deal.
So I imagine was the Beatles, huh?
Just sublime. Sublime is a nice word for that backseat of my car.
Yeah, we didn't use that word. We'll steal it from Beatley Tone.
Yeah, I should have spent more
Thank you,
time on my
Beatley Tone.
notes.
Great comment, Beatley Tone. Appreciate it.
Okay, Uncle Albert was his first U.S. number
Okay,
one.
thanks, Yelly. Thank you.
What about in the UK? What was
Beatley Tone says it wasn't, huh?
where's that? Did I put that
Wasn't
on?
a single.
It was not a single. Huh.
So what was the first number one in the UK? My friends in our friends in the UK.
Oh, Tim, of course, it's Tim. Ta-da, ta-da. Oh, there we go, folks. Well, that's the end of the line, and more or less. Yeah, this was a really good show. It's a fun show. It's
Yeah,
one of the shortest
it's a
shows, I
short
think.
show. That's okay.
This is okay. Oh, it's okay. 68 minutes. I want to talk a little bit about the next show. 'Cause we usually don't always know what the next subject's going to be for the next
Right,
show,
right.
but I want to mention this one because I think it's a good topic. It's going to be top five underpraised Beatles songs, like Beatles songs, five of them from each that I think don't get enough attention or get ripped too much and don't deserve it and stuff like that.
Right.
But I'm hoping to get a bigger panel here for that, and not just Matt and myself, but like we did the last show of
Yeah,
Get Back.
that would be great. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not going to be next weekend. We're going to skip Halloween. Halloween weekend, we're not doing it,
Hmm.
but sometime in November we'll do it. All right, and before I'm sure before the greatly anticipated Get Back film. we'll
I
be doing it.
know. We hope. Yeah,
Yeah,
we got to squeeze it in before then because it's going to be all Get Back all the time.
yeah, we're
I
gonna have to
think
do
come the end of November.
some get back. So anyway, yeah, and so thanks everybody for
That
participating.
will be fun. That'll be fun. I loved all those folks that were gathered up for that last show. I thought they were great, and we had some big names in the world of YouTube Beatles. I thought.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be doing a lot more of those. I want to do a lot more of those where we have a
Yes.
nice sized panel on these because it's
Yeah.
called, it's FaB GaB, right, Matt? After a while, Gab means
Right.
to
We're
talk.
gabbing. Everyone's gabbing and shooting the breeze.
Having stuff.
Yeah.
So we'll see who we can get for that. Um, in the meantime, I want to just remind everybody that tomorrow on Facebook, on Talk More Talk, a solo Beatles video cast,
Oh,
we're
that's
going to
right.
be talking Beatles. We're going to be talking about the Let It Be release that came out recently. All the 6 disc set, Blu-ray, and 5 CDs. Going to talk about that package and stuff over on Talk More Talk.
Are you
Go to
guys going to be giving like your personal reviews on it and stuff, or
Yeah,
thoughts on each?
stuff.
On yeah,
Yeah, stuff like that. Going probably maybe not exactly track by track, but it'll be pretty
general review from each of you.
exhaustive,
Yeah,
more or
yeah,
less. And I'll be moderating it. Which for better or worse. I'm not a big fan of moderation, folks. I like other people to moderate. you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
but you got we all take turns, and that's what you have to do. So it's my turn. This is on Facebook. Live on Facebook. It'll be 9 p.m. Eastern time on Facebook Live tomorrow. Talk More Talk. And if you miss it, don't worry about it because it'll be right here on YouTube.
It becomes a
It'll,
video. That's
yeah,
right.
it
Yeah.
becomes a video. And please subscribe to Talk More Talk also here on YouTube. And there are a lot of good videos. And of course, it's hosted along with myself, Kit O'Toole, Ken Michaels, Tom Hunyadi.
Hmm.
And yeah, I don't
Great
listen to
group. You got a great
You're
group there.
crazy, kid. No, I'm a good moderator. It's just not my favorite thing to do, even here. I just
Well, it's
don't like.
nerve wracking when you have to take the reins of something like
Yeah, and
this
I keep.
and
And by the way, folks,
coordinate and everything. It's not
uh,
easy.
am I pointing the right way? This guy here one day is going to have to do it.
I told you I'd be happy to.
No,
No, I definitely will not shirk my duties. If
no,
you
no.
if you request it, I will step up to the plate for you.
Oh, David, it ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. I'm sorry. 3 strikes and you're out. I gave it about 3 listens.
You gave it 3 listens, you're
Three
done.
listens and 3 good tracks for me.
He's done, folks. Don't ask him again.
So I really don't know. But yeah, what else can I say, Matt? What do you got? You got anything cooking?
Well, it won't be for a little while, but coming up in close to mid-November, the Gripweeds have just put out, or they'll be putting out in mid-November, a brand new covers album of nuggets and garage rock covers that they'll be doing. Like, I'll just give you a hint. It's like stuff by the Byrds and all those great garage rock bands of the '60s and early '70s. So we're going to be interviewing myself and Steve Schnee. Are going to be doing the Matt and Steve Schnee Schnee. We're going to be doing an interview with 2 members of the Gripweeds coming up in mid-November. So that's something fun that I have on the calendar to look forward to. So
Okay.
that's about it. And then just my usual videos and gearing up for the Get Back film, and I'll probably be doing reviews of that stuff. And yeah.
And we'll have to do something for this show, of course. What Get Back? I don't have to call it the documentary, the film. Uh, the 3-parter.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe we could do a panel, people's thoughts
I
on
hope so. I hope so.
the entire shebang. Get a bunch on here to give their personal thoughts.
I hope that would be great. Well, everybody, thanks again. Thank you,
Yeah.
Matt, as always, for
Oh,
being
thank
part
you. As
of the
always,
show.
I love being here with you, Joe. Thanks for having me.
All right, everybody. Until we talk to you again, no matter what anybody says about you, and there's a few like thunderheads even here on YouTube. Just smile away.
So